Hello, hello, and welcome back to Embodied Clarity Yoga. I'm Krista, and it is a new month. I don't know what the weather is like where you are, but it is definitely warming up here in Phoenix. And this month we are focusing on alignment. And every week this month, we'll release a new yoga sequence. And in case you're new here, these yoga sequences are made to be standalone flows that you can do at any time. Or if you're joining me from week one and you're going all the way through, these sequences can build on each other. So you'll notice there's going to be some recurring postures or some recurring joint movement, all getting us to a much longer, much more intense flow at the end of the month. So we're in week one. This is just an easy spine opening. We are going to move our bodies around. It should just be 15 to 20 minutes. This is something that you can squeeze in really at any point in your week. But you know how we start things around here. We are going to start with a meditation and some breathing. It is the foundation of every practice, and it's not something that we skip. So with that, welcome back. And thank you for wherever you're joining me from. I'm just thrilled to have you. So with that, go ahead and find a comfortable place on your mat. Start to let the distractions of the day fall away. Whether you are practicing this in the morning or in the evening or in the middle of the day, you can let go of whatever has already happened. And I encourage you to let go of what's still to come. Allow yourself to live right here in this moment, right here on your mat. Find that comfortable place. It can be sitting like I'm doing here. It can be on your back, on your side, your belly. And just start to notice how your body feels. Notice when you bring your awareness to your body that you might feel tension that you didn't feel before. Or maybe you can soften a little bit deeper than you could before. Allow that nervous system to calm down. Allow this place to be a place of respite, of quiet, of peace. I always tell my students, let your mat be your sanctuary. It protects you from everything that's going on around you. It gives you time to just be you in your body. Bring your attention to your breath. Noticing how the inhale feels coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe notice the rib cage moving up and down as you breathe. Today, we're talking about alignment. And we're going to be diving deeper into this topic later this month, but today will just kind of be an overview of where we're going. Alignment is something that we feel in every area of our life, in every phase of our life. And oftentimes we don't necessarily know in the moment what is aligned or misaligned, whether it be a decision, an event, a friendship, a relationship, anything that surrounds any decision or situation that you put yourself in can be aligned or misaligned in our life. And I think what happens is sometimes we rely too heavily on hoping that things will change or trying to control the situation to make the situation better. And so often that is something that is misaligned right off the bat. So today I want you to tune into your intuition. And I want you to listen to your own body. And I want you to choose aligned decisions for your body in this flow today. Maybe you don't go to the full extent of a posture. Maybe you take some extra movement. Maybe you take stillness. All of those things, as long as they come from you, are aligned decisions. Misaligned decisions come from the ego. They come from a place of performance or a need to show up. I always say you don't get a gold star for overdoing it. You're not going to get a pat on the back for doing too much or hustling here on your mat. You're the one that has to go home in your body. You're the one that has to go to sleep and wake up the next day. So why not honor what you can do today and make aligned decisions here on your mat and practicing that to take that off the mat. So with that, let's take some big breaths to get started. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Moving into your Ujjayi breath, your victorious breath. This is also called your ocean breath. This is a nose-only breathing. So if this is your first time joining me, this breath allows you to start heating up your body. And regardless of what kind of movement we decide to take today, any kind of space and heat that you can create with your breath is only going to help you later. So sealing the lips, gently start breathing through the nose. And then I want you to get curious and start playing with adding a slight constriction to the back of the throat. On the inhale, it's going to feel like you're sucking air through a straw. And on the exhale, it's going to feel like you're trying to fog up a mirror with your mouth closed. There might be an audible sound to this breath, maybe some vibration. All of that is perfectly normal. And while this breath might not feel normal to you, I encourage you to lean in, try something new, and allow yourself to see how your body reacts to using your breath intentionally here. 5 more breaths. 3 more breaths. 1 more breath. Gently making your way down to your back, coming into happy baby to get started here. Bringing those knees down towards the mat. Fingers go to the big toes. And then gently start to bring those knees down towards the mat. Maybe there's a gentle pull here. But as you'll notice, I'm not pulling my feet with a lot of force. You just want to naturally let your legs, your hips open up here. Find any gentle movement. Find any gentle movement here. How can you make an aligned decision on how to move your body? Maybe stillness. I also like to bend and straighten into my legs here. Just have fun with this. Play around with how your body feels with your back on the mat. This posture is meant to be playful. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Supta Matsyendrasana. This is that reclined half spine twist. So dropping this left leg down, right knee comes up 90 degrees, and then gently let this right knee fall over to the left. We worked on this posture quite a bit last month, so this should be pretty familiar for you. This right arm reaches out to the right, and see if your gaze can follow. Really opening up through this chest, your lower back. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. A little bit of a tricky transition here, coming into single-legged frog. This might be tough to see on this side, but inhale this left arm above you, and you're gonna roll over onto your belly. You're facing the back of the mat, and I know you're just a little bit off your mat, but your right leg is bent up at a 90-degree angle, so you can kind of see my foot over here and see how this leg is up. Your hands can come to your chin for a pillow. If you're good right here and you're really feeling this in this right hip, stay here. If you want a little bit more, go ahead and, just like I just did, raise this right foot up towards the ceiling and feel that rotation in the hip. Soften here. Notice how your body feels. Taking 3 more breaths. 1 more breath. Gently letting that foot come down, planting your hands out in front of you. So kind of tenting your fingertips. Elbows are pointing up towards the ceiling. And inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. If you don't make it very far off the mat, that's okay. Inhale, lift. You can also plant into your hands like I did. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale, lift and hold. This might be really intense on your lower back. Maybe you feel this in your right hip. 1 more breath. And gently lowering yourself down, coming into a shoulder roll. So letting this right foot meet the left. Left arm's going to come out to the side. And then gently start to roll over onto your left side of your body. Your head will normally come down to the mat. My microphone is right there where my ear needs to go, so I would rather you guys hear me than get an earful, quite literally. So as you can see, this left arm is just getting a really nice stretch here in the shoulder. You can bring this right leg behind you. This right arm can also take a half bind. There is a ton of options here based on how open you are. You can also stay right here and work depending on how open or tight this shoulder is. When you're ready, rolling back over to your belly, hands to plant at your chest. Inhale, pressing yourself up and over, making your way to tabletop, crossing at the ankles, getting some cats and cows here. Inhale, drops the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, rounding out the spine. Inhale, drops the belly. Exhale, rounding out the spine. Feel free to get some extra movement here. Again, this is one of those postures that we will come back to time and time again. So get comfortable with it. Start noticing how your body reacts to different things. Maybe you need more time in one of the postures than the other. So just move. Move and breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently coming back to a neutral spine, Parigasana gate pose, planting into the right hand, right toes point towards behind you, and left arm reaches up and over towards the front of your mat. Gaze goes up, really lengthening this left side. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently coming back through neutral. We're taking a big step up with this left foot. So thinking cat back here, arch into your back, Bringing that left foot up and through, runner's lunge. And then press those hips down towards the mat. Feeling this stretch on the right side. Feeling that right hip open. Let's get some movement here with that half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. So shifting your hips back. The weight is going to go into this left heel. Again, it's more of a hinging at the hips versus a sitting back. We'll get into that one next week. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Let's get some movement. Start shifting your weight back and forth between a runner's lunge and this half split. Really getting into the back of this left leg. Feeling into this. How far back can you go? How low can you go? These are all aligned choices that you can make, not only in your practice, but also take that off the mat. Where can you be intentional and aware about the decisions that you're making? Every decision that you make plays a role in how your body feels and how you show up. Once you're feeling good here, taking one more breath, and then gently letting that left foot meet the right. And let's do all of that on the left, crossing at the ankles, making your way to your back. Inhale, reach for the front. Exhale, slowly lower, coming all the way down. Getting that happy baby again. Fingers come to the big toes. And I just want you to notice how your legs feel. Maybe notice any differences if you feel more open on one side or the other. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into that half spine twist, Supta Matsyendrasana. Dropping this right leg this time. This left leg's going to come up 90 degrees. And then drop this left leg over to the right. Again, feeling into this twist. I notice in my body that I am a little more tight in my left hip than I am in my right. So I'm just breathing here. My knee doesn't quite come down all the way. So just notice in your body, where are you feeling the tightness? Where can you soften? Using your breath, creating space for 3, 2, 1 more. Ekapada Mandukasana, that single-legged frog. Inhale this right arm behind you and rolling over onto your belly. This left leg is going to come out to the side so you can really see this time what that left leg looks like. If you are good right here, absolutely stay. If you're ready to get some of that rotation, lifting that foot up towards the ceiling. And just notice how far that foot goes. Maybe it doesn't get very far at all. Honor your body, honor your decisions, and allow yourself to be exactly where you are. Letting that foot come down, getting some of that movement here, hands to come out in front. Depending on your mobility and your flexibility here, you can keep your hands flat. It might be a little easier if you tense your fingers. So when you're ready, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. You might need to play around a little bit with this to figure out what works for you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift and hold for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently lowering yourself down, getting that shoulder roll on the right. So letting that left foot meet the right. This left or right arm's going to come out to the side. And then gently roll onto your right side. Again, you can kind of see what this looks like from the other angle now. This right arm is out to a half T. You can take a half bind here with this left arm. And this left leg can kind of take a step behind to help you open this up. It's all based on what you can do today. Our bodies are magnificent and they change daily. So be gentle with yourself. Practice making aligned decisions. That practice starts right here on your mat. One more breath. Gently rolling back over to your belly. We're rolling all the way back up and over to our seats. Planting your hands next to your chest. Pressing yourself up. Coming to your seat. And then crossing at those ankles. Rolling up and over. Let's get those cat's cows really quickly on this other side. Inhale, drops the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, rounding out the spine for cat. Inhale, drops the belly. Exhale, rounding out the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Parigasana gate on the other side, turning those left toes this time, planting into the left hand. Right arm reaches up and over, creating some length on this right side. Gaze goes up. Soften here for 3, 2, 1 more. Runner's lunge, top of the mat. So bringing this right hand back down. And again, thinking cat back here. So right off the bat, rounding here, pushing into those hands, creating space for this left foot or right foot to come through. And once you're here, really press those hips towards the mat, opening this left hip flexor. Come back to your breath. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, shifting these hips back. I like to take just a little step back with this left knee to create some more space. You're going to feel this all along the bottom backside of this right leg. The weight is really in this right heel. Allow this leg to open up here. 1 more breath. Let's get some movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale at your own pace. Again, you are in control of your practice. I'm just the guide. You are the creator. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently coming back to stillness, letting this right knee meet the left, crossing at the ankles, coming to a seated posture. That, my friends, is it for our opening today. I encourage you, I'm going to wrap us up here, but I'm going to encourage you to find a quiet place. Although we didn't do a full quote-unquote flow, you were able to move your body today. You were able to carve out time and get on your mat. And honestly, what better way to honor that than with Shavasana? Honestly, any opportunity that you can take to be with yourself in your body, I definitely encourage you to take it. So find that comfortable place. can be seated, it can be on your back, on your side, or your belly. And I want you to think about how you can integrate today's practice. How can you move in your day-to-day making aligned decisions? Maybe it's pausing before reacting. Maybe it's not saying yes automatically to everything. Maybe it's you making time in your day to just breathe, to do this, by moving your body and doing things that align with your goals and where you want to be and who you want to be. Allow this practice to give you the space and the platform to start here. Let's take 3 big breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Allowing yourself to be still here. Enjoying the quiet. Enjoying the current moment. You are welcome to stay here as long as you need. You're welcome to stay exactly where you are, or join me in seated. The divine light in me sees, honors, respects, but most importantly loves the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste, friends. And just a reminder that these flows are made for anybody, but they are curated for women in business. So if you were interested, I have journal prompts and a whole monthly plan that goes with these flows every week. You can get free access to that in the link below on my website. And I can't wait to see you next week. Bye, guys.